Welcome to Fix My Brand with Ali Craig, a 9-week social experiment to take 9 brands of all types and from around the world and transform them from fledgling to fierce competition. I'm your host, Ali Craig, best-selling author, producer, strategist, and brander. Together, we will follow the steps and strategies taken, as well as the psychological and logistical pitfalls that get in many entrepreneurs' way of their ultimate brand success. These are their stories.
My business has been around for 25 years. I've been making hats for that long, and I've always done it myself. And from the spring, the minute that spring hit, my business started to grow out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, but really, it just started to really bloom. And I'm trying to supply 2 shops right now. And, that 2 shops is really not a lot of shops, but trying to keep up with the demands of these 2 shops with just my 2 hands, it's become a bit of a problem. I can't get it done.
Super creative with lots of passion, Katherine had no idea what leg to lead with when it came to her brand. Her website featured her custom hat, business coaching for other creatives, and a series called Wanderlust that left you wondering, what the? As entrepreneurs, we all have multiple passions that many times we can't verbalize or see the common denominator between them all. We just feel in our heart that we must share and speak all of these different avenues. Problem is, we tend to all speak them at once.
Okay, so let's then talk about your 3 main points. I understand and I see how they all relate to you. The way it comes across to people who don't know you is that it's like you're trying to lead with both feet and your hat all at the same time. We're going to lead with 1 foot. It's not saying the other 2 are going to not exist. They completely are, but we're going to do it in a more subtle way. Through your content marketing, through the way we do the social media approach, through all of the rest of that, we can do the supporting of other creatives and offer the coaching, but on a more subtle level, and totally infuse your whole Wanderlust travel side and all of that. That's all wonderful stuff to actually support the hat brand and still get that out that that's what you're about, versus saying, here's the 3 things I'm about. And then people are like, wait, and that just confuses people, because then they're like, wait, I don't know what I want to choose, so I'm not going to choose anything.
Katherine just wanted a profitable brand, doing what she loved and eventually growing beyond a one-woman show. The brand disconnect for Katherine was claiming the aspect of the brand that she loved the most and that her paying audience would love too. Though Katherine is a product-based brand, it is truly a lifestyle-focused. The woman who purchases her hats has a distinct sense of style and wants the experience for life.
That's the woman that would be buying, if I can get my hats into places like Saks or Brooke Goodman's or places like that. That's what they're gonna buy. They're gonna buy a really well-made fedora in a beautiful material that's just really clean. In my field, I have to tap into more than just one look. I want a name. I want to be known. I want to be that broad, that there's something for everyone and it's not all out of the world.
Because of the custom and exclusive nature in Katherine's work, her brand isn't just about selling hats. It's about the woman who wears them and the life she leads. Katherine's women create the fashion trends and want to look distinctive, not necessarily crazy eccentric.
You could have anybody in the world, dead or alive, wear your work. Who would embody your work the most?
It's going to be ladies who lunch and go to events, because those are the ladies that, number one, have the income. They go to events that require them to dress up. I make things that are on the dressier side. So there's 2 ways I can go about it. My skill level is great for making things that you would wear to galas and events. They're the ones who actually go to these things. They need to have something that matches or goes with an outfit. Those are my girls.
Her fashion is an expression and an experience. By showing a day in the life of Katherine's work, current and new clients of Katherine's can experience the life behind the hat.
I was ready to go out with a friend tomorrow, have her take pictures of me in the city wearing one of the hats, a day in the life of the hat. And by signing up to saying yes to a photographer and having models instead of me, it takes me out of being the front and center face of my business. And I'm really excited about that, because I know I'm a solopreneur, but I don't always want to be a solopreneur, and I really look forward to growing, and to me that's a really big thing. That's a huge nugget of wisdom that that I can step out from having to always be the person that you see wearing the hats. I want people to look at my product and picture themselves in the hats.
Katherine's existing website wasn't visually impactful and didn't make the viewer want to stay, explore, and shop. We needed to design a space where women could get lost imagining what their lives would be like if one of these beautiful creations was on their head. Two of the biggest changes for Katherine's brand was changing her messaging and her offers. Instead of selling hats, offering coaching services to local creatives, and an entire series called Wanderlust, all of her messages were put under the hats. Her use of local vendors and services to block her hats and source her packaging, her use of local jewelry artisans for the product photo shoot accents in Katherine's work, all went under her hats. Where she shared her story and her travels of fashion and finding vintage trims, all went under about supporting the design and beauty of her hats. The second major change to her brand was to go non-traditional in a very traditional industry. Hat designs are still a very seasonal affair, but this can be costly for a small designer like Katherine. By creating a forever collection, she can invest in photography of classic designs, always allowing her to have beautiful classic hats available in addition to seasonal trends.
Right now I'm in the middle of making the hats that I'm going to be showcasing in this photo shoot. Because if I'm going to invest in this, I really want it to be something that is tangible and sellable. And so the hats that are going to be in it are going to be part of my forever collection, hats that you can get any season, anytime you want. You don't have to wait for a specific occasion. They're just there for you when your occasion shows up. So that's a really big thing for me. And it means that I'm just making like mad right now.
The major tweak we made along the way was upgrading and unifying all of her services. Instead of having a separate payment processor, separate email newsletter system, separate website, we chose a platform that can handle all of it. Katherine's work is a true experience, and we want to give an amazing experience to her clients every step of the way. We upgraded Katherine's packaging to be classic yet chic. A local New York City made hat box, custom printed tissue paper inside, a beautiful satin ribbon sealed with a classic wax seal. Katherine's hats are a multi-sensory experience, making her brand more memorable and desirable to her audience. Katherine's work is all about the story. Instead of offering the classic newsletter, she's partnering up with some of her fellow style businesses to produce a twice-monthly blog called Style Cat, talking about all things fashion. Her blog will feature the stories behind the materials, style, and design of each of her creations, while her Instagram feed features the day in the life of her creations, showing the versatility and perfect wardrobe accessory that right hat can be.
Hi there, it's Katherine Carey, and this is my final video diary for Fix My Brand. And I am just reflecting on the whole process has been amazing. It's full circle, so it's not just been about the brand itself, but it's been about just the changes within me. I keep having to say yes to these really big ticket things that just need to be done. And it feels overwhelming because it is overwhelming. It's a lot. At the same time, I'm reaching these goals. It might take me a little longer than I anticipated, but they're still getting reached. And they're getting reached through these two hands and these two eyes and my hat line. Amazeballs. I mean, that's just so fantastic. That's the whole point, right? The hats to support me. So I really feel that has happened.
As long as Katherine leads with the hats and uses models and not mannequins to sell her latest creations, then I have no doubt that Katherine will have the brand of her dreams sooner than later. We all have personal brands, and it's not just your personality. It's about understanding how you come across in the world in different situations. Because personal brands aren't about editing yourself, it's about understanding what foot to lead with, depending upon the situation of life or work that you're in. So if you have great self-awareness, sometimes you can see that for yourself, and then other times you need to be able to hire somebody, either a branding specialist or an impression manager, to say, here's everything you're putting out in the world, and this is the message it's saying, and is that what you want?
Moms Who Dare are basically the moms who have kids in high school and beyond.
When we met Jody, she was a life coach who wasn't really sure that's really what she wanted to do.
Oh my God, that is so me. I love it.
It is all about the experience, connections, and feelings.
I want people to see me. I want to be real. Yes, I want to be professional, clean. I clean up behind me. Well, like usually.